moment there is no escape from, no matter how you try, you're going to have to face one of those two situation, or at least two destinations. And this is about al-jam'u bayn al-khawfi wal-raja', combining between both fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and hope in His mercy. In this hadith, hadith Abi Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu, anna Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam قال إذا وضعت الجنازة واحتملها الناس أو الرجال على أعناقهم. He said sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the hadith, when a dead body is placed on a bier and men carry it on their shoulders, basically when it's ready, they wash the body, they put the shrouds on, took care of everything, and then people now they carry that janazah on their shoulders, heading towards the cemetery, of course, obviously for the burial. قال فإن كانت صالحة. If that person, if that body was a body of a righteous person, man or woman, قالت قدموني قدموني. It starts calling upon the people, come on, quickly, quickly, quickly. Basically, they want to go to the grave. Why is that? So that they start, what na'im, what blessing people in the grave will receive. وَإِن كَانَتْ غَيْرَ صَالِحَةً. So if this soul of this person was not so righteous, قَالَتْ يَا وَيْلَهَا أَيْنَ تَذْهَبُونَ بِهَا. As it starts seeing where it's going, the soul of this individual starts calling, Ya wayla, which is woe to me. Where are you taking me? And now the first one, it's asking to be rushed to the grave. And this one is just like, please don't send me there. Keep me far away. Send me back. قالت أين تذهبون بها. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, يسمع صوتها كل شيء إلا الإنسان. He said that call or that cry of these souls can be heard by everything in this creation except for mankind. Meaning, in our creation of this world, we're incapable of connecting with the spiritual realm. That's why when the person dies and the soul comes out, they see reality. Which is why the ulama, they say, why when a person dies, their eyes somehow the eyes stay open and they look up. Why is that? Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam قال في الحديث لأن البصر يتبع الروح. The sight, as the soul is being pulled out of the body, the sight start following basically the soul. And in the hadith, the ulama also comment on this, that when the person is in the last moment of their life in this world, when the angel of death comes, they see the angels. Which is why some people, they smile, and others actually, you can tell on their faces the horror. And that last image is just like a picture, but snapping a picture on their face. And still, so if they have seen something joyful, like the angels from Al-Jannah, they smile as the soul is coming out. Because now, as the soul departs in the body, they start seeing beyond the material world. So they connect. And if it was, a'udhu billah, a non-so-righteous person, as the soul is being dragged out of the body forcefully, they also see what they're expecting, what they're going to be, who's waiting up there for them. The angels from Jahannam, sallallahu alaihi. And that's why they dread the sight, and you can tell on their faces, they're so scared of the sight that they've seen. And here in this hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, يَسْمَعُ صَوْتَهَا كُلُّ شَيْءٍ. Every creation would hear the voice and the cry of these souls as they go to the grave, or the call for them to rush into the grave. كُلُّ شَيْءٍ إِلَّا الْإِنسَانِ, except for mankind. And then the Prophet ﷺ says, قَالَ وَلَوْ سَمِعَهُ صَعِقٌ. If human beings would hear the voice, or had a human being heard its voice, he would have surely died, like shocked and died. This is how scary that is. Obviously, we can't imagine this, Jama'ah. Why is that? Because that is alamul ghaib. This is the life of the hereafter, the life of the unseen world. And when we cannot imagine, we cannot visualize that, there is no way we can connect. Which is why the Prophet ﷺ said, if you will be even given the ability to hear that shriek or that voice of that soul as they ask him to stay away, you will be shocked dead. This is how scary that will sound. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from this, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Al-Hadith in Sahih Bukhari. And from this hadith, as you can see, people, one of two things. whether you're righteous or non-righteous. The standard is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not with me, not with anybody else. Allah knows what's in the heart. Some people, they might put themselves, into fatigue in terms of a lot of acts of worship, but the heart is not sincere. And that act of worship doesn't translate into good manners and good akhlaq and dealing with other people and so forth. What benefit are they getting out of this? As the Prophet ﷺ says in the Hadith, a woman will enter in Jahannam, a lady, an old lady, will enter Jannah because of a cat. She trapped the cat at home until the cat died. So it doesn't matter how old or how good, or not translating that into good akhlaq and manners wouldn't help much. And the other thing is obviously is, subhanAllah, the Prophet ﷺ, non-righteous. Now sometimes we see people in our eyes, they might not be so righteous, right? But they have the basic of faith, the basic of iman, and Allah knows what's in the heart. Don't judge the people. Just worry about yourself. Have hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make among those who will ask to be rushed into their graves for the na'im, and still have that kind of concern and fear that may Allah protect us all, ending up in being one of those who will dread going to their grave. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those who have their Jannah in their grave before they go to the hereafter. Rabbil Alameen. Wallahu alam. Any question, Jama'ah? Yes. In terms of what happened to their souls? Okay, very good question. What about people who don't have that formal burial? They die in a destruction, they die in a fire, or they drown and so forth. What happens to them? Well, what happens is that the Prophet ﷺ said the soul, when the person's soul comes out, will be immediately taken by angels from Jannah or Jahannam, depending on where the destination of this person is going to end up. And they take the soul all the way up to the seventh heaven. If it was a righteous one, it will be permitted to go through until it reaches to before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Allah Azza wa Jal will give He will express His satisfaction from this person, and He will ask to be returned back again to be buried, with the body. And if it was non-righteous, it wouldn't be allowed to go, not even up to the first heaven. It would be actually sent down right away. However, if there is no specific place for burial, the ulama, they say that the burial of this soul, when there is no formal burial for anybody, will be in the last spot where the body ends. So if someone perished in a fire, for example, or someone perished eaten by a beast, animal, whatever. So wherever the remains of the body stays, whichever position, even the ashes, where it goes actually, that's where the soul will land. So could it be that from the time it's sent down from heavens, to the grave, or to the place where it's going to be actually staying, would that be the time when it starts saying, "Where taking me," or "Rush me quickly"? Allahu Alam. Could be. Allahu Ta'ala. Now. خير إن شاء الله تعالى. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Just a reminder, inshallah ta'ala, to move your clocks starting not tonight, tomorrow night, inshallah tabaraka wa ta'ala, so that the time for salah will be adding 1 hour extra. And as a result, Isha will be, inshallah, at 9 o'clock starting Sunday, bidnillah, and Fajr will be at 6:45. 6:45, inshallah, that's going to be Sunday, bidnillah. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.